Good afternoon Mishu, it's Friday, and the time is 02:05 p.m.
Hi Jarvis.
Hi there, how can I help?
Tell me the university timetable.
Boss, today's schedule is. Boss, today you have a full day of classes. From 9 o'clock to 9:50 you have artificial intelligence class. From 10 o'clock to 10:50 you have advanced programming class. From 11 o'clock to 12:50 you have UI/UX design class. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock you have a break, and today you have capstone project work from 2 o'clock onwards.
Oh Jarvis, open Notepad.
Opening Notepad.
Oh Jarvis, close Notepad.
Closing Notepad.
Jarvis, I know to draw something. Open Paint.
Opening Paint.
Oh my god. I said close Paint.
Closing Paint.
Jarvis, volume up.
Volume increased.
Oh, volume down.
Volume decrease.
Oh, Jarvis, how are you?
All good, what about you?
I am fine. So who made you?
I was made by Misha Darshando.
Jarvis, open the Facebook.
Opening your Facebook.
Jarvis, open WhatsApp.
Opening your WhatsApp.
Jarvis, open Discord.
Opening your Discord server.
Jarvis, open Instagram.
Opening your Instagram.
Oh Jarvis, open Google.
Boss, what should I search on Google?
What is Python? Well, you can see what is Python. So Jarvis, thank you.
Good to know.
Jarvis, tell me the system condition.
Checking the system condition. CPU is at 35.8%. Boss, our system have 64% battery. Boss, we should connect our system to charging point to charge our battery.
Okay, Jarvis, exit the system. I don't need it right now. Well, you enjoyed the trailer. I hope so. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to be building this Jarvis using Python programming language. We are not just building the Jarvis. We're going to also learn about the NLP, also called the natural language processing, that how can we connect this NLP chatbot with the virtual assistant called the Jarvis. So without any further ado, I'm going to start the tutorial now. I'm going to starting this tutorial by importing the library. So first, I'm going to importing here the PyTTSX3. So this library actually help us to creating our engine, which one is actually speaking, right? So for installing this library on your system, you need to using here pip install, and your library name is called PyTTSX3. Okay, pip install PyTTSX3. And also you can see here, I also give here one exclamatory sign. If you are using a Jupyter notebook or the Google Colab, you need to using this exclamatory sign if you are to installing this library via your notebook. Okay, so if you are using command palette or the terminals, okay, you can using here just pip install pyttx3. Okay, so I'm simply going to comment this line pip install pyttx3, and after that I'm going to importing here, let's say import here the speech recognitions as SR. So it should actually help us to recognize our voice using our microphone, as well as we can recognize our voice. It is coming from the English language, or the coming from the Hindi or the Bangla, whatever voice is coming from. I mean languages. Okay. So these two libraries, the initial library is needed for creating the engines and also the take commands. So now the question is, sir, in the trainer we see one kind of realistic voices. So why should we actually using here this PyTTS history? Yeah, this is the. I'm not going to give you the spoilers. You're going to make it at the last of the video. I mean, real time, realistic voices. Okay, you can say. So now I am simply going to using here our initials voice one, which is available in our Windows machines. So let's say initialize. Okay, I'm going to first initialize our engine. So let's making this function called initialize engines. Okay. Okay. Fine. So it's our engines. I mean, our Windows Safety 5 engine is called the voice engine. So what I'm going to do, I'm first going to creating here our engines. So let's say engine equal to pyttsx3 pyttsx3 dot init. It's also called the initializations. So in Windows machine, voice actually, I mean, voice engines is available called Safety 5. Okay. It's having the female voice as well as the male voices. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I am simply going to get some property in order to actually getting all the property from our engines. Okay. So for that, I can using here engines dot first the get the properties which one is available. So we have one properties are available inside our engines, which one is nothing but the voices. Which one is nothing but the voices. But if you're creating these realistic voices that you see in the trailers, it's not necessary to creating this engine. Okay, because we are poor, I mean, we are ready to start and we are beginner also. That's why we are starting this pytts stream. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm simply store it inside a variable called voices. So engine dot get property, it's called the voices. Oh, okay, we got the property of the voices. So how many voices are available here? Yeah, there should be two voices are available, 0 and the 1. So 0 means it's nothing but the male voice and 1 is nothing but the female voice. So those are nothing but the engine ID, right? So let's say what I'm going to do, I'm using a engine dot set property because you already get it out, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to giving here one name. So you can give any kind of name. You can give my name also, Misho. Okay, you can also give your name also. Okay, boys. Then after that, I'm going to giving here voices, and I need to giving here my ID. So let's giving here one. So one is nothing but for the female or male. Female, I hope so. So let's give it here ID. Okay. Now we're giving here the properties. I mean, we're getting the properties called the voices from our engines and also setting the properties here. Well, now let's get here some another property which is available in our engines, just like the rating or the volumes. You can give it here. So let's say engines dot get property. So another property you can use it here. That's called the rate. I mean rate of the biases. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I am simply going to give it my rate. So I can use it here engine dot set property, and you can also giving here one name. So let's give it the same name here, rate, and after that I'm going to giving here rate minus 50. Okay, this is nothing but hit and trial. You can also hit and trial for the engines one. So you need to giving here one variable name as well, so call rate. Okay, I just give it here for randomly because I already hit and trial that. Okay, now after that I'm going to using here engines dot get property. Another property it also have, that's called the volume. Okay, volumes. Okay, volume. Fine. So this is our volume property. So I know that volume, volume. Okay. Okay, fine. Now so let's also set the property called engine dot set property, and we're giving here one property name called, let's say, volume. Okay, volume. And then we're giving here my volume. So volume, let's say 0.25. 25% of the volume should be increases. Okay, plus 0.25. Now I am simply going to return here the engines. So there are so many property are available. You can also apply them. So I don't think that all of them necessary. Just I'm going to importing here the three of them. This is the advanced one. That's why you're going to using here some advanced kind of techniques, just like removing the noises from our microphone as well as. Okay. So this is nothing but the initializing engines. I mean, how can actually initialize our Cephei 5 engines? Now what I can do, we need to speak. We need to speak. So how can you speak them? You can using here speak functions. I mean, getting the speak functions, and after that we can calling these engines, call initialize engines. So that's our engine is ready right now, and that's our engines. So let's making our engine. Okay, fine. And now using this engine, we can say that say. So let's say bolo by tum say, and after that you can passing here my audio, which is coming from here. So it should be the text, not the audio. It should be the text. Okay. Then after that we said that engine by tum thoda ruko, मैं इसको run करता हूँ. So run and wait. Fine. Okay, now so we can testing it out. These ping functions. So let's say speak. Hello. I am. Let's say I am Mishu. Okay. Okay. Let's say I am Mishu. That's it. Okay, and let's try to run it this video. You can run it from here. Otherwise, you can also go on the terminals. Okay, you can see it. Give me some warning
Hello,
actually.
I'm Mishu.
Oh, I know, I know. Let's say I am Jarvis. It's nothing but the female voice that you can hear.
Hello, I'm Jarvis.
Oh, that's cool. Cool. Alright, okay. Fine. So I can comment those lines. Okay. Now it's fine. See, we actually giving the comment by default by writing uh, the statement inside our spec functions. So why not? It's better. We can taking this comment by using this microphone that I am talking at here. Yeah, we can also taking this out. We can also taking this out. So let's say I'm going to define here a functions called command. So let's say def command. Okay, it's not even taking the command using our microphone. So what I can do, let's say with sr dot microphone. I mean, we're taking the input from the microphones. Okay, as source. Now the question is, what is sr, sir? What is sr? Sr is nothing but this one. That's why I'm importing here this library called the speech recognition as SR. Okay, so with SR dot microphone as a source, I mean source is coming from the microphones. And now what I can do, we need to also recognize the voices using this SR. So what I can do, you can using here SR dot recognizers. Okay, just getting here one instance of that called SR dot recognizers. Now using this R, I mean my recognizers, we can recognize the voices which is coming from here. But before recognizing the voice, there should be some noises can maybe happening in your microphones or your laptop. Some kind of outdoor noise should be coming up here. Okay, outdoor noise can be coming up here. So how can you handle those on? How can you handle those on? Yes, we can also adjust them. We can also adjust them. So how can you adjust them? You can using here r dot adjust this ambient noise, and we can giving here the source. We can giving here the source. We can giving the source as well as the durations. Okay, duration. Okay, duration, let's say give here 0.5. This is nothing but for adjusting the ambient noise which is coming from our microphones. Okay, so now what I can do, we can simply go into I print here one statement, just like it's called the it's called like the printing, I mean listening, like that. So what I can do, you can using here print, and you can using here, let's say listening like that. So we can using this kind of technique for actually listening this one. Otherwise, why are you actually listening uh, as well as recognizing? Okay, we can also removing these ones, I mean disappear that. How can you do that? You can do that using the flash technique. Okay, we'll do it later on. Just to avoid, just add here some property called, first add here the property called the pause the threshold. So pause threshold is nothing but set pause threshold is to help us to when you are not speaking in up onto your microphones, it will try to pause them. So let's giving here pause threshold should be the ones, and after that we can using here r dot, then we can using here the phrase threshold. So let's give the phrase threshold is 0.3. It's nothing but hit and trial. Again, hit and trial, it's hit and trials. So what I can do, and we're going to adding more features on that, so that when our voice is coming by through our microphone, it should be the clear engine can read it clearly. Okay, so that we can giving here command from any directions. Okay, so phrase threshold is 0.3. I actually hit and trial, so giving here the one sample rate. So let's give you a sample rate. It's nothing but 4800. And after that, I can give you here, let's say r dot dynamic energy thresholds. Dynamic energy thresholds. Let's giving here energy threshold should be true. Okay, those are the property. That's the property for the recognizers. Dynamic energy threshold. Then you can using here the operation timeout. So if it's not speaking, if you're not speaking, we can actually giving this timeout options, and it will taking the input again. So let's say timeout operations equal to 0.5 or 5 or 5. Okay, and after that, what we can do, we can taking this non-speaking duration. If it's not speaking after 0.5 seconds, it will automatically again the a command from the users. Okay, non-speaking durations. Okay, you can speak non-speaking. Gap of the durations of the speaking should be 0.5 seconds. Okay, then after that, I can add in here more. Let's say dynamic using here the energy test. Yeah, we already use here the energy test node is called dynamic energy adjustment. We can using here this adjustment. So let's use here adjustment is nothing but two. It's not my heat and trial. You can also heat and trial that. Okay. You can also print in here how many microphone are available in your system. Okay. So let's say r dot. Then I'm going to using here this energy threshold. I think we already use it yet. No, we not use it here. Energy threshold. Let's use here 4,000, and after that let's using here the phrase threshold. I think we use it or not. Yeah, we use it the phrase threshold. Let's using the phrase time limit. Okay, phrase time limit is nothing but the 10. Okay, then let's try to printing here how many uh, microphone list are available. Okay, microphone list are available in our systems. I mean, this microphone I'm actually speaking. Okay, so it should be the sr dot microphone. Okay, this microphone dot list of microphone. Okay, list of microphone names. So it will give you the list of the microphones name. We can actually print it out here. So when I'm taking this command by this one. Okay, and now what I can do, I am simply going to make it like that. So let's say audio equal to r dot listen. We need to also listening this out. Okay, let's making it source. Okay, fine. See, we're giving a first threshold, the phase threshold, the sample rate, the dynamic energy threshold, the operation timeout, then non-speaking durations, this dynamic energy adjustment, the energy thresholds, and also phrase time limit. Which one is nothing but the uh, property for the recognizers. Okay, fine. Now we also taking the input by our microphone as well as we listening these ones, and we store it inside my audio variables. Fine, I'm going to slowly here actually. Okay, now what I can do, we need to also recognize this one. We need to recognize this one. So how can you recognize it? We can using here recognize it by our Google. So let's say recognize Google's, and inside that I'm going to passing here my audio as well as I need to giving him a language. Okay, language. So language is nothing but I'm using here the Indian language. So let's say Indian English. Okay, I mean English Indians. Okay, so it's better we can use it inside and try and catch block. Okay, I mean try and accept, not catch block here. Okay, so let's make it try, and as well as the accept block. Okay, accept block, accept. Okay, and exceptions as e. Then after that we can printing that say that again please. Okay, okay. So for this case, if you want to run in this command method, you need to having this internet connection because it is recognizing by the Google's. Okay, so that's why you have to using here your internet connection if you run in this command method, right? Now let's return here none if it is not giving here again, so that it can run in this command again and again. Okay, let's be return as equal to none. And now after that, I'm going to returning here my query. So this query is nothing but here, so we can making it like that, query equal to r dot recognize Google's. Okay, and after that I can return here the query. Okay, that's it. Okay, now it's better we can giving here some text. Let's say print recognizing. So recognizing. Okay, and also let's say print user set like that. Print, let's say user set. We can using here the f string, so we can using here this one query, and let's giving here one backslash n so that it can go on the next line. Let's giving here the f for f string. Okay, fine. Now let's taking this command as well as we can printing this out. Yeah, it also going to print it out. Okay, let's start it from here. Okay, it's not running because we don't calling these functions. This command, we need to also taking this one's command dot let's say lower, and after that we can say that we call it this command method. Okay, let's run it here again. Mm, hello, hello, hello. Okay, and we can see that it will actually give me all of the speaker name. Let's call Fantech Labosia that I'm actually using here. Okay, those are nothing but the microphone name, and you can see it will printing all of the microphone name here. Okay, okay, it's better we can run in this command method inside one empty loop so that it can take in the command again and again. So let's say if name is equal to let's say main. Okay, then we can take in the command, let's say while true. Okay, then discover command functions, command dot lower, just taking this command as a lower methods. So let's query. Okay, so let's try to printing here as well, print query. Okay, so just save this ones so we can recognize our audio languages, and that's it. Now what I can do, we simply going to run in these applications, projects. So it's better we can removing these ones. uh, Redmi Note 11s, it's nothing but my handset audio. Okay, let's try to remove these ones. Okay, uh, okay, okay, let's run it again. Command, yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back. Yeah, you can see hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, fine, you can see. Yeah, you can see hello everyone. Okay, fine. Okay, let's close this, clear the terminal here. Okay, see one thing, when you're running these applications, it will say that listening as well as the recognizing, but this tax is already available in our systems, in our terminals. Okay, that's one problem. If I try to running it here, just go on here and try to go on here in our CMD, and if I want to run in this song, let's say python main.py, that you can see py. So let's running this out from here, and you can see, just wait. Hello everyone, welcome back. Okay, you can see our text is also showing up listening and recognizing, and also user set. Now I want to see that, let's say listening should be off and recognizing should be off while you're taking the comment. Okay, we can also make it invisible, or you can see the flash, right? So let's try to do this out. So let's close this out here. Okay, let's go on the code sections again. So how to what technique actually using here? We can using here one technique called, let's say and equal to the bank splash, blank space. Then after you can making the flash should be true. So when actually using the flash technique, it will actually automatically removing this listening when it is actually going for the next lines. Okay, so we can using this technique here also. So let's say using here and equal to the blank spaces, and after that you can be using here flash equal to true, and after that we can using here we can also using here the another tab which will actually help us to getting this command in the next line. So we can using here same technique here. Let's say and equal to this one, and let's making flash equal to true. Okay, so it will take in this command for the next line also. So copy this out, and I'm going to paste it here. So right after the recognizers, that's it. So now if I'm trying to taking this command, just running this one. Hello everyone, welcome back. And you can see hello everyone, welcome back is coming up, but recognizing and listening is also gone. Okay, well, yeah, see, it's really working fine. Okay, and also our microphone is not it's not accessible to the noises. it's not accessing the noises because we also giving us set so many properties here. Okay, yeah, this is advanced kind of Jarvis, so that's why, yeah, it's taking time. Okay, now you can see we actually using here this comment method to taking the comment from the users, and as well as we also initialize our engine. Now we need to add here some of the features in our Jarvis. Okay, so what I can do, let's add here the first features called Ushmi. Which one Ushmi, the good morning or the good afternoon or the good evening, like that. So what I can do, we can using here, let's say def. Okay, wish me. So which one wish me? So what you can do, we can wish me based on the hour as well as the time and as well as the day. Okay, I mean good morning boss, it's Saturday and the time is like that. So for that we can using here, let's say hour equal to date time. We can using here the date time module. So let's say date time dot date time dot now. Okay, now dot hour. Okay, hour. See, it's not imported. You can using one shortcut in VS Code. I mean control and dot. It will importing this library on here. You can see import data shortcut again. If I try to removing this ones, just to write control and dot and import. You can see date time dot now dot hour. So let's try to make it integers. So this is the integers. Now let's taking for the time. So we can taking it from time dot strf time. So again strf time, and inside that to giving here my strf rules. So using here control again. Okay, we can import time or import it from the date time. So let's import the time here. Okay, so here you go, because date time is already imported. Okay, so that's our time, and to giving here my rows. So it's nothing but the rows is nothing but I. Then after that, I mean the minute, hour, and the second. So let's say p. Okay, so I am, and the p should be that small. Okay, fine. Now we need to also taking this day. Okay, we're taking this day. So let's create here one functions for taking the day. I mean, which day is here right now? Is it Monday or the Sunday or the Friday, whatever? So let's initialize here one functions called call day. I mean the calendar day. Okay, we can copy this out and try to implement this here. Let's say cal day. Okay, so we don't actually initialize here this one. So what I can do, we can first taking this day from the date time. So let's say date time dot today, and also giving here my weekday, and we're simply going to using here one. Why one? Because let's say it give me Sunday. If it is give me Sunday, we're going to starting this date from the Monday. Okay, I mean by default it will actually giving me the based on the day. I mean based on the day, we're simply going to plus one then, so that we can starting this dictionary from the Mondays. Okay, that's why actually using here this plus one. Okay, no problem. When you go the deeper, then you can actually understand that. Okay, now let's making should be the day. That's our day equal to date time dot today plus weekday plus one. Okay, so that you can start it from the one. Now we're simply going to initialize our dictionary for the day. Now you can see why actually using here this plus one. So for one, we could using here it for the Monday. So Monday, see, that's why actually using it here, because for the Indian style, Friday means Sunday, and at the Bangladeshi style, Friday. No, sorry. For the Indian style, the Sunday means fun day. I mean the holiday. In Bangladeshi style, the Friday means the holiday. I mean the fun day. So I'm just going to following here the Indian style. I mean at the Monday, the starting the weekend is started. I mean weekend is started. So that's why one equal to Monday. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to be making this two 2 equal to, you can using it here, 2 equal to, now say Tuesday. Then 3 is nothing but the Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday, that's my day because I am following the Ganpati Bappa. Okay, so Wednesday, then the Thursday. Okay, Thursday. Okay, thought a mistake for Thursday. Okay, fine. Then after that, let's giving here the fifth one. So it's nothing but a Friday. Let's start my day. And let's say 6 is nothing but my Saturday. Okay, it's our holiday in our Bangladesh. And 7th, the holiday is nothing but the fun day. I mean Sunday. Okay, fine. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's my day because I am following the Ganpati Bappa. I mean Ganesha. Okay, so now what I can do, I simply going to taking it from here. Let's say there in their dictionary, this their dictionary. So what I can do is simply going to taking these keys. Okay, taking these keys, and now based on the keys, I can checking that which day is running right now. So let's taking it from the dictionary. Okay, so you can passing him a day. So now our day is coming up based on the weekends. Okay, because it will give me the numbers, right? Now that's nothing but day of week. Well, now we can also print it out here. So let's say to print it out, day of week. Okay, and now I'm simply going to return it here. So let's try to return the day of week. Okay, so see, it will taking first the today date, I mean today date, as well as the weekends, and plus with the ones because it is starting with zeros. Zero means the Sunday, so that's why you're simply going to making from the starting from the Monday, and 1 2 3 4. This is nothing but my dictionary. I mean key and the value pairs, and after that you're taking this key based on my dictionary, and you're simply going to pass in this data, this key because day is nothing but giving me one numbers, and we're simply going to pass in this in dictionaries, and this is nothing but by day of the week. Okay, because this weekend is nothing but giving me some kind of numbers. Okay, so we got here day of the week, so we can get here day. Now we can implement here our wish functions. Okay, so what I can do, we can let's say if the hour is greater equal to 0. Okay, and the hour is greater equal to, I mean less equal to 0 and greater equal to 12, and as well as the am in t. So that's why t is coming up because of the time strip, it is am or the pms. So that's why we're taking out, let's say in some cases, some of them using here just this hour and the hour. So it's sometime in the goat morning it will say the goat night. Okay, so you need to also take care of the am or the pms, I mean the time strip. Okay, so am, if it is am, then we can say that good morning boss. So let's say speak, we can say that good morning uh, Mishu. Okay, my name. So it's the day, I mean which day, and the time is, you can speak the time as well as. So it's better you can using in the format here f string. So let's also using here another one. Let's say live, not else by, we are using the Python, not C++. So let's say hour is greater equal to 12, and our is equal to 16, I mean 4 p.m, and pm in t. Then we can say that this is the good afternoon. So you can copy this out, Misho goat, yeah, it should be the afternoon. Okay, else you can say that goat evening. Okay, you can also play with them. मैं सब कुछ कर दूंगा तो तुम क्या करोगे भाई? Okay, so copy this out and paste it here. Let's say goat evening. Okay, fine. Okay, that's fine. Go to evening Mishu. It is the day and like that. Okay, fine. So now let's call in this ones, this wish me inside here. Okay, let's comment these lines. Okay, wish me, right? So we can taking this out here, this wish me in here, and after that we need to run in these applications. Okay, is there any error? Okay, while true is also giving this error. Okay, let's take it command. Let's say we're first taking this command by the users by using just input. Okay, let's try to, let's say enter command like that. Say we are not actually running this command method again and again because it will speaking this again and again, taking this command from the microphone. We're just taking this command from our terminals, I mean just like a input. then we're simply going to develop our other features, and at the last when the features should be developed fine, then we can using here this common functions for taking the input from the uh, microphones, right. Okay, let's comment out this slice now and save it and try to running it from here. Then you can hear. Just wait.
Good morning, Mishu. It's Thursday, and the time is 09:57 a.m.
Wow, that's really fine. And you can hear it say that good morning, Mishu, and it's nothing but the Tuesday. And as well as you can also hear the time. Okay, cool. So now what you can do, our wish me method is working fine. Now what I can do first, I'm going to develop here the first features called opening the social media, just like the Facebook, Discord, the WhatsApp, Instagram, all of the things. I mean, opening the if you're using here the command called the opening the Facebooks, but we're going to take in this command using our command lines. I mean, our in our input methods, not the command this command method. I mean, using the microphones. So let's try to develop these social media features. Well, so now let's add here the social media features. So let's say first, let's say if Facebook inquiry, and let's add a more than. So let's say add here the Discord inquiry. You can also join our Discord server. So let's say, or let's say then we have the WhatsApp inquiry, and or let's say Instagram inquiry. Then what I can do is simply going to first initialize your one method, and inside this method we can work on that. Okay, so let's pass here query as well. Now let's initialize here the method called social media. It will taking one command. See, you're also using here this or. Why or actually? Because if one of the statements should be true, then it actually passing to inside our method called the social media. Okay, or you can say functions. Okay, command. So now let's say if the command is consisting with the Facebook in query command, then what I can do is simply going to speak first. Speak, there's a opening your Facebook, like that, opening your Facebook. Then after that, you can using here our web browser. So we call web browser wbrowsers.open. So you can using here this same technique, command dot, and import the web browser, and it will automatically import here the web browser here that you can see. Now after that, what I can do, we can giving here the link. So let's say using here must use here HTTPS. Okay, then after that using here www. Okay, .facebook.com. You can also using here the fb.com, like that. Okay, so it will opening this Facebook. So if you're trying to saving these ones and try to running it out, then checking this out, wish me is also running. Yeah, that's right. If I type here the Facebooks on here, then you can
Good morning, Mishu. It's Thursday, and the time is 10:15 a.m.
Okay, enter the commands. So let's say Facebook.
Opening your Facebook.
Okay, you can see it opening the Facebooks. Okay, fine. So let's go on here. I'm not actually going to open the Facebook here. You can also log in and you can enjoy it. Okay, then after that, let's add all of them. So let's close it now. Let's say elif. Then what do you have? We have the Discord. Then otherwise we have the web browsers. So not web browser, actually WhatsApp. So WhatsApp in command. Then after that, I can using here speak, and inside the, let's say opening. Okay, opening your WhatsApp. Okay, fine. Then we can using here same technique called web browsers dot open, but the link should be different. It's nothing but the web dot https, then you can using here colon, then you can using here web, not www, web dot whatsapp.com. Okay, fine. Then let's try to copy this out and just make it should be the Discord. So you can using like that, Discord. Okay, discord.com. So it will opening your Discord server, opening your Discord server. So you can say like that, Discord server. So server. Now let's copy this out and let's open in the Instagram. Okay, so you can add uh, many more social media applications here. It's up to you. Just I actually teach you the basics one. I mean, how can you add them? How can you break your applications in some kind of pitches with the method. Say in one method, it's actually working all of the things. Okay, quite fresh types of code. Okay, so what you can do, we can making it as Instagram and as well as Instagram. Okay, so you can test it out. Otherwise, no result found. So let's say else we can say that speak no result found. Okay, no result found. I don't think that it's working, because if it's not giving here the correct query, it will not going inside that. Okay, so let's save it now. So let's try to running it out. And what we can do, we can say that
Good morning, Mishu. It's Thursday, and the time is 10:18 a.m.
okay, let's comment out this line also, because it will again wish me. Okay, let's say open WhatsApp. Okay,
Opening your WhatsApp.
okay, it's opening the WhatsApp, so I'm not going to show you the messages. Okay, so yeah, fine. Now what I can do, now we're simply going to develop here the timetable, I mean, that you see in the trailer. Sir, wake up, wake up, wake up, your timetable should be like that. I mean, what my schedules. So what I can do, we can using here, let's say elif, then we can say that, okay, let's closing this out. Let's say elif the university timetable, okay, in query. Okay, timetable in a query, or the schedule, or you can say schedule, whatever you say. Okay, schedule, I say schedule in query. And after that, what I can do, we're simply going to call in this schedule method, or schema y schedule method. Okay, and this schedule method should tell me which class is right now. Okay, so let's try to define it here. Let's try to define the schedule. Okay, sh schedule, not schedule, actually schedule, schedule or schedule. I actually pronunciation, my pronunciation is like that, schedule, I say that. Okay, so now let's try to giving here all the schedules based on my month. So how can I do that? We have the calendar day, right? We have the calendar day, I mean this one, calc day. So in from the calc day, we can actually taking all of my calc day, okay, and try to add it inside our schedule, okay, inside our schedule method, right? And based on the schedule, we can taking this class, this class, this class, like that. So what I can do, we can say that let's say day is equal to calc day, I mean calendar day, So from the calendar day, we actually taking this uh, which day it is, Monday, Sunday, or Tuesday, whatever. Now from the day, let's making it lower. And after that, what I can do, you can say that let's see speak the boss today schedule is boss today today's schedule schedule is okay. Now we simply going to first creating here one dictionary. So let's say week. So week. So inside this dictionary, it having key and value. So let's say if it's Monday. If it is Monday, then it can say boss. Let's say from 9 to 9 a.m. to let's say 9:50 a.m. 9:50 a.m. You have algorithm class, and from 10 a.m. to 10, let's say 11:50, you have DSA class. Okay, this is how it actually giving here all the things, just like key value and peers. Inside this thing, you're giving here your weekends as well as your text. I mean, boss from the 9 a.m. to 9:50 is your algorithm class. Okay, it's algorithm class. Okay, एल्गोरिदम हो भाई इंजीनियरिंग का बच्चा हो लेकिन एल्गोरिदम जो स्पेलिंग है वो गलत कर रहा हो क्या हो गया मेरा पास okay algorithm class and from 10 to 11:50 you have the DSA class. Okay, so let's try to pause the video and I will add here all of them for the Tuesday, the Thursday, Wednesday, all of the things. Okay, then we simply going to be checking these ones how can actually using these schedule methods. Well, so I write it down here for Monday, boss from 9 to 9:50 you have the algorithm class, and from Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 you have the web development class, and boss today you have a full day of classes. You have full day of the classes. Today you have a more relaxed day. Okay, boss, today is holiday, but keep eyes on the upcoming deadline. Okay, so in here Friday means nothing but the holiday, but I just going to taking this one based on the Indian time zones. Okay, so now what I can do, let's say if the day, okay, day in weekday, I mean the week dot keys, they actually do also in the case of the calc day. Okay, then we can simply going to speak it based on the week. So let's say week, and we're going to passing here a day. Okay, so that's it. It will be speaking these schedules. So if I save in this ones, then you can see just wait, and I will run in this ones. Let's say university timetable. Okay,
Boss, today's schedule is. Boss, today you have a full day of classes. From 9 o'clock to 10:50 you have computer networks class. From 11 o'clock to 12:50 you have cloud computing class. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock you have a break, and today you have cybersecurity lab from 2 o'clock onwards.
well, that's really working fine. This method really working very fine. Fine, cool. Now let's try to develop here the another ones. Okay, another method or techniques. So let's say if let's develop here the volume up and the volume down one. Okay, let's say you're watching a movie or playing the music. So you can also increase your voices as well. You can also lower your voices using these ones. So that's it's called volume up in query. Then what I can do, you can say or let's say or increase volume. Okay, increase volume in query. So let's say query. Then what I can do, you can using the pi-o-t GUI. So let's say pi to GUI dot press volume up. So volume up. So again, control dot and import the pi-o-t GUI here. Okay. So then you can say speak volume increased. Volume increased. Okay. Let's do the same thing for volume down and volume mute as well. Okay, okay, here you go, and let's making volume down. should be the decrease, decrease. Okay, so volume down, it should be the volume down. Okay, and let's making should be the volume decrease, fine. And just with the volume mute. Okay, I mean for muting that. Okay, let's say mute the sound. Let's say your छोटा भाई बहुत जोर से तुम्हारे लैपटॉप से गाना सुन रही है, तो तुम यहाँ पर कमेंट की तरफ से बोल सकते हो volume mute or the mute the sound, then it automatically sound should be the stopped, I mean the mute the sound. Okay, so what you can do, you can say that volume mute, so mute, and it should be the volume muted, so muted. Okay, decrease, fine. Let's try to checking these ones, volume up, volume down. So let's using here, let's say volume up. Let's first do it down. देखो यहाँ पर देखो,
volume decrease,
okay, it decreases. Let's making again volume up. Side में देखो,
volume increased,
okay. So मैं mute नहीं करूँगा, I am not going to do it the muting, नहीं तो मेरा start recording भी mute हो जाएगा. Okay, fine. So now let's add here another feature. So volume up, volume down, the volume mute is also working fine. So now let's try to opening the applications. So let's try to do that. So let's say live, let's say some opening the applications as well as the closing the application. So first let's say opening calculator, the first applications in query. Then let's use here opening, let's say notepad. Okay, open notepad in query, or which one, or let's say open paint. Okay, open paint, let's make it open, not opening, let's make it open, simple. Okay, in query, and which one having, we have the calculator, we have the notepad. Let's open the editor. Okay, you can edit it. Okay, I'm just going to edit here this open calculator, the open notepad, and the open paint. You can add any of them, just like the, you can also open this VS Code, okay, using this command, and you can also open any kind of the applications which one is available on your PC. Okay, I just give you the instruction that how it actually work. Okay, so let's try to using it here. It's nothing but the open calculator and open notepad and open paint. Okay, so let's define here functions called open app. Okay, and we're taking the command, I mean my query. Okay, and also let's try to checking this. Let's say if it is exist inside my command, so that it can also breaking here my infinite loop, because it will taking this command again and again, right? So it's, let's say exist in query, then we can say that system.exit. Okay, and we can say like that. So let's try to first import this one, control dot, and you can also using a control dot. Yeah, it's not importing message, right? So let's try to copy and try to implement this one. So there's open applications, it will take in the command. Okay, so now what I can do is simply going to open in the applications by our command. So let's say if the calculator in our commands, so it's in our commands, then what I can do, we can say that let's say speak opening calculator. Okay, then what I can do, this calculator is nothing but one application in our system software, so you can using like that. So if I open my command prompt and say let's say start calc, and you can see our application is opening, right? I mean the calculators. So it's nothing but my system software. Okay, so it's up it's inside my system 32 folder. So what I can do, we can using here the OS method for opening this calculator. So what I can do, you can go inside this OS, I mean your operating system, and let's say using here the start file. Before that, let's try to import this ones also. So not this ones, emoji क्यों आ गया? Okay, import, and let's say start. Okay, start file. Okay, start file, and then we can giving here my path. So let's say giving here first C directory. Inside the C directory, I need to go on my Windows folder, because I'm using Windows, and inside my system32, I have my calc.exe. Okay, if you go inside your Windows folder in your C drive, and if you go inside the system32, you have one exe file. So this is nothing but the calculator is by default is coming from the Windows when you're installing the Windows. Okay, so let's try to copy this out and try to using here the all of them. So now you're going to using here elif. Okay, and as well as here elif. Okay, elif. Now it's nothing but the notepad, so it's called notepad. So copy this out and issue with the notepad.exe. Then what you have, we have the paint, right? This paint. So let's say paint in command. So what you can do, you can using here inside my system32, it's nothing but the mspaint.exe. Okay, so it will start in the applications. Let's try to test it out here. It is really working not. uh, let's run it from here. Okay, so let's say open calculator. Fine.
Opening calculator.
Okay, you can see it's open the calculators. See, we by default closing these applications, just clicking these ones. Okay, yeah, we can also using here text skill for that. Let's say notepad.
Opening calculator.
Okay, it's yeah, it's opening notepad, but it's opening calculator because we don't changing these ones, that's why. Okay, here you go, and if I say exist, it will kill this terminals. Okay, fine. Now let's close this out. Now let's try to also implement this technique called closing the applications. Okay, I mean close the calculator like that. So let's say close calculator. So what I can do, you can simply copy this out and you can paste it here just to make it close. Okay, close, close, close. So it should be the close F. Okay, close that. So what I can do, we can say like that. Let's say def close app, and inside that we can take in the comment. Okay, so what I can do now, we simply going to implement this close app method. So we can copy all of them because those are the applications. We're going to closing them, so you can pass it here. The first one is nothing but a calculator. So let's say closing calculator. Well, so we can adding here the tax skill for closing the calculators. So what you can do, you can using here this technique called tax skill. It's not but called the tax skill. So let's call tax skill. Okay, called tax skill, and using here the F. Okay, using here the F, then we can using here the IM, then it's calc.exe. Okay, so to help us to killing your text, so you can copy this out and we can paste it here, just simply paste it here, and after that we can making it call notepad. Okay, and as well as we can pass it here, and let's making it ms paint like that, ms paint. Well, so calc and notepad and as well as the ms paint. So chalo tuck skill that. Okay, so let's try to save it out and try to running this application from here, projects. Okay, now let's say open calculator. So let's open notepad, open notepad. Okay,
Opening Notepad.
yeah, notepad तो open हो गया है शायद. Yeah, you can see notepad is opening. And if I using here, let's say close and notepad.
Opening Notepad.
Okay, system cannot find the specific task skill fm notepad.exe. Okay, just to wait. I need to also change in these ones. It should be the closing notepad, and as well as this one. It's called closing notepad. So task skill. Okay, it's not okay. It's not a start file. It should be the os.system. Okay, so that's why it actually gave me this kind of error, because it is starting the file and we're to closing them. So that's why I am not able to copy the file. मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता कॉपी करना. मैं चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि ट्यूटोरियल तो बहुत लंबा हो चुका है, इसलिए तो कॉपी किया. Okay, see, check again, cross check, calculate comment, then closing calculator, and host system, then notepad, notepad, and notepad. Close, and it should be paint. Okay, it's paint. Fine. Now let's run the code from here again. Okay, let's say opening notepad. Okay, it should open notepad. Sorry.
Opening Notepad.
Okay, you can see our notepad is opening. So if I am trying to closing this ones, okay, closing this one, so what I can do, I can use here close notepad. Okay, notepad, like that. So let's say close notepad. Let's say checking on here, close notepad. Okay.
Closing Notepad.
Okay, if you check in this ones, you can see notepad is gone. Okay, and notepad is gone, really gone again. And you can see the process notepad.exe with PID. This one has been terminated. Okay, that's mean no notepad is opening it here. Okay, your notepad should be closed. So this is how the application opening and application closing actually work. Yeah, you can actually add it here, more of the features on here. More of the features, just like the any kind of applications you can actually add it here. Okay, I just give you the basic information that how it will work. Then it's your job to do that. It's your job to do that. Okay, so now let's add here more of the features. Okay, let's add here more features, just like opening the webcams. Yeah, also one more thing that you can see, how are you, what is your name, this kind of thing is not available on here. We can also implement this feature. I mean, how are you, or stuff like that. But we are using here the natural language processing technique for creating this one. Just not giving here this kind of boring command. What is your name? How are you? Where are you from? Like that. We're just going to creating here one machine learning model to predict them which tax is coming and which output should be we need to keep, right? So let's try to implement this one. This one is really important because we're using here the machine learning. I mean the artificial intelligence in our JARVIS. So let's try to do that. Well, so now we're going to creating here a chatbot, and after that, we're going to add in the chatbot on our virtual assistant called Jarvis. So for this case, we have one intent.json file, which one having some text as well as having some patterns. So it's the basic idea behind this chatbot is nothing but intent-based chatbot. You can also using here another kind of chatbot like a rule-based chatbot. So for this case, you're going to using here the TensorFlow, I mean the deep learning technique. You can also using here the LLMs, I mean large language model, which one is really popular right now. I mean generative AI, like just like LangChains, the OpenAI Hugging Face. But for this cases, I mean for the virtual assistants, it's not working properly because of it will give me the response in a few seconds later on. I mean some gap of that. So in the virtual assistant, your response should be the quickly. So that's why I chose this one, this intent based chatbot using the TensorFlow and the Keras. So let's try to do that. Okay. See, first we have an intent.json, which one having one patterns, and as well as we have some response and also one tag. So pattern is nothing but my data. Okay, you can say hi there, hello, how are you? Is anyone there? Namaste, good day. Okay, this is nothing but patterns. And based on this pattern, I need to predict them greeting. I need to predict a greeting. Now, based on the greeting, I need to giving the one response to my users is the response. Okay, that's the idea behind the things. So you can see goodbye. When a user say see you later, it's nothing but goodbye types of tags. Okay, this is nothing but a classification problem. Simple. Now, based on this tag, we're going to giving here one response from our chatbots. So you have some intent on that. I just take it out. Okay, you can see how are you, what is your name, who made you, like that. You can see who made you. I was made by Mishudar Chandu. I mean, this is me. Okay, so this is how the intents dot JSON file is created. You can see it having one intent tags, and inside this intent tag it having one tag keyword and pattern, and as well as the response. Now, based on the pattern, I need to predict the text, and as well as using this tag, you need to give me some random answer from the responses. So this is the behind the scene that how your intent.json file actually work and how our chatbot should work. Okay, then after that we can join it inside our main.py file. I mean, that's our Jarvis file. Cool. Now, first thing first, I'm going to importing here first JSON, because our data is nothing but in the form of JSONs. Okay, so okay, so let's import here the JSONs. Then I'm going to importing here all of the library which needs to equal. Let's say numpy s and p. Okay, it's that. Then I'm going to importing here the TensorFlow as tz. Sorry, tz not tf. Okay, TensorFlow as tf. And after that, I'm going to import from TensorFlow. I'm going to importing here the carols. Well, and also I'm going to be importing here the sequential model, because you're going to creating here one sequential model. I mean, deep learning technique, we're going to actually using it here for creating this chatbot. So let's try to import it also. So let's say from TensorFlow dot keras dot modules, I mean models, we're going to importing here the sequential models. And after that, I'm going to also importing here the layers for the deep learning. Okay, let's say from TensorFlow uh, for dot keras dot layers, and I'm going to importing here first the dance layer. Okay, import the dance layer. Then after that, I'm going to importing here the embedding layer. So embedding is needed because this is nothing but one NLP based task. So that's why embedding layer is needed. It's nothing but one input layer. How are you going to passing all of the vocabulary, right? Then after that, I'm going to importing here the global average pooling 2D. Okay, 2D or 1D. Let's say 1D. 1D. So that's my global average pooling. You can also using the max pooling 2D as well as. Okay, now let's try to import another one. So let's say from TensorFlow dot keras dot preprocessing dot text. Okay, I'm going to importing here the tokenizers. Okay, let's actually convert the textual data into some kind of token, because inside our intent.json file is nothing but the text. Okay, so that's why importing the tokenizer one here. And also you need to also import here the path sequences, because you're using here the deep learning. So it's nothing but creating all of the data in just a path. Okay, in a sequence of path, and based on the path sequences, you're going to classify that which tag is it is, which tag is it is. Our main theme, I mean, our main aim is to predict this tag. Predict this tag. Based on the tag, we can give here some random choices from our response. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's try to import it also. Let's say from TensorFlow dot keras dot preprocessing. Okay, keras preprocessing dot sequence. So actually I have some problem on my keyboard, that's why. Okay, so let's say path sequences. Okay, then after that I am also importing here the level encoder. So let's say from sklearn dot preprocessing I'm going to importing here the level encoder. So why level encoder? Actually, see, this is nothing but a greeting in the form of the text. So what I can do is simply going to convert them to 0 1 2, just like categorical data to the numerical data. So there's nothing but inside my model train.py file. Okay. So you can see from sklearn preprocessing, we have the importing the level encoders. Well, so importing all of the lesson library, which is required for creating this chatbot. Now, what I can do is simply going to load our data. So our data is coming from where? Intent.json file. So let's say you can using here with, and we're going to using here open, and after that we can passing here our thing just called intent. Okay, intents dot json file. Okay, as file. Then after that we can using here data equal to, we can using here json dot load, and we can passing here our file. Okay, so our data should be coming up. Hope so. So let's try to printing it here and try to check that how the data look like. Okay, let's try to print it and go on here and run the file. Okay, so now the question is why you are actually using here this kind of technique. I mean, chatbot or NLP kind of technique. We can using here the dictionary. Okay, you can using here the dictionary. Let's say, what is your name? How are you? Just creating one dictionary. Based on dictionary, we can call it out in our virtual programs. I mean, our virtual assistant. Yeah, see, we actually do it if else conditions just like that. Which one is not AI? It's nothing but the bunch of if and else conditions. So that's why I decided why not it's better we can creating here one chatbot, and after that we can use it in our virtual assistants. Yeah, you can use this technique in your personal chatbot as well as also. Okay, but right now it's the field for the generative AI. So you can also using the transformers, the Google Bird also. Okay, Google Bird and Bird, so BERT Bird. Okay, it's also transformer or LLMs. So many models are actually available here for the chatbots. Yeah, because I need to taking the response quickly, so that's why I'm using here this one intent based chatbot. Cool. And you can see in these cases, you can see here all of our JSON file is loaded correctly. Fine. Well, so now what I can do, we're simply going to taking all of the patterns and as well as tags, and try to divide them into dependent and independent features. So what I can do, let's say for intent in data, and inside is data, what we have the intent, so थोड़ा स्लोली करना है, नहीं तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, कीबोर्ड शायद ब्रोक भी हो सकता है. ओके, एंड यू नो ये प्रोग्रामर we broke keyboard not hurt. Okay, so jokes apart. So for let's say pattern, we also need to taking this pattern from our intent. See one thing just to write is nothing but parsing a JSON file. How we parsing that? See, inside our JSON file we have one intent. So see, we're taking the intents, so it should be the intents. Okay, now inside this intents we have the patterns. So what I can do, we simply going to taking this data from our intent. We intend, you have the intent, and now from the intent we are going to start in these patterns. Fine. Now fine. Now what I can do is simply need to store it, right? So let's say this is my sentence, so let's make it training sentence. Okay, fine. And we also have the training levels, so let's say training levels, I mean 0 1 2 3 like that tag. Then we have the levels. Okay, and also have the response. Okay, responses. Okay, responses. Okay, just getting some empty list. So from the training sentences, what I can do, we can simply append here our all the patterns. So from the training sentences, I'm simply going to append all of the pattern. Okay, that's it. Now we have the patterns. Now inside the training levels, inside my training levels, what I can do is simply going to append here our intent, and inside this intent we have the tag. That's our training levels, right? It's our levels. Let's say, let's take one examples. Let's say we have hello, how are you? How are you? Okay, let's say we have the tag is nothing but call greeting. Okay, then we have, let's say shoot out. Okay, not shoot out, not shoot up. Okay, so it's not a greeting, right? It's thoda galis ho sakta hai yahan par. Okay, so it's nothing but another class. Let's say abuse word. Okay, abuse word like that. So what I can do, we're simply going to divide our data set like that. This is nothing but my x, and this is nothing but y. Okay, that's mean this is nothing but features, and this is nothing but my target class. Which one I need to predict them. Okay, so that's why we're simply going to pass it. I mean, put it inside my training levels folder. Now inside my response, what I need to do, inside my response, I need to append all as well as my response as well as also. Now because based on my tags, I need to also give here the responses, right? Responses. Which one is coming from here? Here you go. You can see responses. Okay, fine now. So now let's say if the tag is not labeled, so let's say intent tag, okay, not in labels, okay, not in labels. See one thing, just one thing. So what I can do, you can simply go into labels, labels dot append, and after that you can pass in here my intent. Okay, intent. Why this one's? If the intent is coming here is not available in my levels, I mean in these levels, we're simply going to add here as a levels. I mean all of the tags, all of the tag, all of the tag should be saved inside my levels, this levels folder. Okay, I mean this levels list. So now let's start checking here the number of classes. So let's say number of classes. Which classes actually? So you can checking this one levels. Say one thing, just one thing. Wait. So why actually using here these levels? Then you can understand that. Just wait थोड़ा वेट करना है, क्योंकि ये रन हो सकता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर बहुत सारी लाइब्रेरी भी इनिशियलाइज हो सकता है, इसलिए okay. See why actually creating these levels, extra levels, why we creating these extra levels? Just pause the video and comment down. So let's print number of classes, why actually using here this extra level list? Why? See in here it actually storing, it will storing all of the pattern as well as the tag. I mean there should be 3 or 4 greeting, there should be 3 or 4 greeting. Okay, but if you try to checking that how many number of tracks, how many number of tags are available on that, how many number of tags are available on that, so that's why actually using this one for calculating the how many greeting tables, I mean tags are available. That's my class, how many class are available. So you can see it having 18 class. So this is nothing but one multi class types of classification problem. So why actually using this one number of classes, why it's needed? Yeah, we need it in our deep learning models. So that's why actually initialize this one. Now we have the tag, we have the response, we have the patterns as well as. Now what I can do, we need to convert this tag into the label encoder. So what I can do, we can say that let's say label encoder, just getting one instance of that. Let's say label encoder. Okay, just getting one instance for the label encoder. Now we can using here this one label encoder dot fit with my training data, with my training sentence or training levels. See training levels, or why training levels actually? This training levels consisting of the tag. That's mean it will, let's say greeting is one tag, goodbye is also tag. So what it can do, it will try to making this greeting should be 1 or goodbye should be the 2, like that. I mean it will try to do the one hot encoding, try to do the one hot encoding. Fine. So now it will, we need to apply it in our training levels. Now it's converted. So what I can do, we need to also transform our data. You can also using here the fit transforms also. You can using here fit and as well as the transforms. Yeah, let's say label encoder dot transform. Okay, transform, and we can also giving here same things. Otherwise, you can also using the fit transform, fit underscore transform, like that. Okay, all of the things are available on here. All of the things are available on here. Okay. So let's try to do this out, fit and transform. Now let's try to store it inside the variable called training levels. So training levels, that's my training levels. Fine, that's my training levels. Cool. Now what I can do, we need to initialize here now a tokenizers, so that we need to convert them, this data in from the tokenizers in tokens, some kind of tokens, because this is nothing but one NLP based tags. So for that, what I can do, we simply going to initialize this called tokenizers. So tokenizers. So inside this tokenizer, we need to giving here number of words, number of what number, it's called num words. Okay, number of words. Let's say giving here 1000. So it's better we can uh, getting here one variable called, let's say bouquet size. Okay, it's nothing but the bouquet size. Let's say bouquet size, let's say 1000. So we can pass it inside that called bootcap size. Okay, and we can also give here the OB tokens. We can give that. So let's initialize it here. So let's say OBB token. It's optional, you can give it or not, it's up to you. Okay, the token is nothing but OBB token. OBB token, you can also read it out on your Google. Okay, OBB tokens. So it's about tokenizers, number what is vocabulary size, and you need to passing here the OBB tokens. Fine. So our tokenizer is ready right now, so we can fit it on our textual data. So let's say tokenizer, that's it. And now let's try to fit it out. Tokenizer t small hoga bhai. Okay, tokenizer dot fit on text. Okay, not sequences, text. Then we need to fit it inside our training sentences or training sentences. So that's it's fit on the text. Now what I can do, we are also having the word index. So word index is nothing but coming from the tokenizer. So let's say tokenizer dot word index. So that's it, word index, and which one coming from here, and if it is the data, fit to text, and as well as the word index. Fine. Now after that, you need to also pass this data inside my pad sequences so that we can apply here our deep learning method. Okay. So now what I can do, that's our sequences, so we can use it here, tokenizers. Okay, tokenizer dot text to sequences. Text to sequences. See one thing, we giving here the vocabulary size and pass it inside the tokenizers, and after that we fit with our textual data. Then we get the word index. Now we're going to fit it with the text to the sequences, and inside this text to sequences, what I can do, we're simply going to passing here our training sentences. Okay, so that's nothing but my sequences. That's nothing but sequences. Okay, sequences. Now we need to passing the sequences inside my pad sequences, directly import it here. Okay, so what I can do is simply going to pass it here. So let's say pad sequences, and inside the sequences we can pass in here my sequences, and also I need to giving here truncate. Okay, truncating. Okay, truncating. So let's say truncating should be post truncating. Okay, and after that we can giving here the max length, the maximum length of the vocabulary. I mean, how many length of the text you want to give as the input. Okay, I mean input, and based on this you can also give the output, right? So let's say maximum length, just initialize it here, let's say 20. You can also increase the size as well. So let's giving here the max length, max underscore length. Okay, not max actually, max underscore length. So that's its pad sequences, that's my padding sequences. Let's say padded sequences. Okay, fine. So pad sequences, and that's my pad sequences, and this is tokenizers. Fine, training sentence, and as well as the passing the sequences. Okay, it's also have the word index. Okay, so now what you can do, we're simply going to creating here our sequential model. So what you can do, we're simply going to creating this one. So let's say model equal to sequentials, and after that we can add it. Let's say model dot add. So first layer should be the embedding layer, and inside this embedding layer we need to giving here my vocab size. I mean my vocabulary size is not my the 1000th. Then embedding dimensions, we need to giving here embedding dimensions. So the dimensions of the embedding, let's give it here 16. So that's better, we can also initialize this one, embedding dimensions. It's nothing but let's say 16. The dimensions, it should be the underscore. So copy this ones, and I'm going to paste it here, this embedded dimensions. Then after that we can giving here my input length. So let's giving here input length. So input length is nothing but maximum length. Okay, that's my max length. So this is my input layer. Okay, then after that I can apply here on globals average pooling 1D. So let's say apply here global average pooling 1D. Okay, and after that we can add here one dance layer. Okay, let's say model dot add dance layer, let's say of 16. And after that we're going to adding here the activation function as relu activation functions, and then I'm going to adding here another one. It's coming from the peppers. Okay, 16. And after that, this is the last one, we need to adding here number of classes, that's why you're creating this one. And now activation should be the obviously softmax. Okay, softmax. Why softmax actually? softmax, just because of it's nothing but the multi, I mean it's greater than 2, I mean not a binary classification tags, I mean multi-class types of tags, that's why you're using the softmax. Now before training the model we need to also compile them, so let's say model dot compile, and after that we can using here the loss. So for the cases we can using here the sparse category cal cross entropy. Okay, fine. Then optimizer is nothing but, obviously it should be the Adam optimizers. Then after that you can using the matrix is nothing but the accuracy matrix. So let's using it here, accuracy. Okay, accuracy matrix. Now that's our model summary. Let's try to take that model summary, which will give you the summary of the models. So let's try to running this out so that you can checking the model summary for that. Okay, so now let's checking this one, let's checking these ones. Okay, just wait, it will giving me the model summary. You can see this out, just wait. You can see 18, and this was summary of the models, how the models look like. It really looks good how you actually using the Julian network for this kind of cases. Okay, now it's time to train the model. So let's try to using here the model dot fit, and what I can do, you can using here the padded sequences, padded sequences. Which one? This one. I'm going to pass it here, and after that our labels is nothing but, let's convert them into the NumPy array. That's the training labels. Okay, training labels. Okay, and after that into giving her the epochs. So epochs, let's say giving her the 1000 epochs. Okay, so that's our history. Okay, so let's try to save our model as well as, so let's say model dot save, and what I can do, we can say that chat model dot is file, like that. Okay, and also let's try to also saving here our tokenizers. So what I can do, you can using here, let's say with method, and after that you can giving here one name, let's say called tokenizer, okay, tokenizer dot pickle, or let's say using here the pkl, you can use that. And after that you can using here wb mode, okay, wb mode, I mean write mode, as let's say file. Okay, or you can say, let's say f. Okay, now what I can do, you can dump it here, so let's say pickle dot dump, and inside that we can pass in here my tokenizer. Okay, then I can giving here my file name. Okay, then let's try to giving here another technique called protocol. So let's using the highest protocol, so let's say pickle dot highest hig highest protocol. Okay, CHIGHEST protocol. Fine. Now let's copy this out and also save here. Okay, let's start to using here the control dot. Okay, and import it here. Fine, so it will import it, hope so. Yeah, import it. This is a shortcut technique in the Abyss code. And let's try to also using here the label encoder. So let's say label encoder. Okay, I think this one, here I go. Yeah, okay, yeah. And let's try to making this one should be the label encoders, and this should be the label encoder pickle file, and wb and the label encoder file, let's making it en. Okay, let's say encoder file. Okay, encoder file, like that. Let's try to copy this ones and try to paste it here. Okay, that's an encoder file, and we're giving here my label encoder as well as the tokenizers, and that's my file. Okay, so let's try to running this out and clicking this button, and I give here 1000 epoch size. Okay, I hope so it will working fine. So let's see is there any got any error or not. Yeah. Any problems? Unknown loss functions called sparse categorical cross entropy. शायद यहाँ पर कुछ 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 प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है. हो गया प्रॉब्लम. Categorical cross entropy. Okay, let's try to run it again. थोड़ा मिस्टेक हो जाता है क्योंकि ह्यूमन एरर तो है ना. Okay, softmax. Okay, let's try to check this out now. White, just white. Yeah, starting. Yeah, fine. Okay, starting the epoch size. Box shop, so it will working fine. थोड़ा वेट करते हैं यहाँ पर. Okay, we got 98% accuracy. Okay, let's try to test it out here. We have the model file, chat model, level encoder, tokenizer. So let's try to using here, let's say model underscore test dot py. So first I'm going to importing here first JSONs, then I'm going to importing here the pickle, pickle. Then from TensorFlow, I'm going to importing here the keras. Okay, fine. Now what I can do first, I'm going to from TensorFlow, I'm going to importing the keras. Why this error? Yeah, error is gone. Okay, then I'm going to see importing the random. Why random? Then you can see. Okay, now first I'm going to loading here my intent, because from the intent I need also giving the response, right? So here you go. Okay, that's our data is ready right now. Then after that, what I can do, let's define here on functions called chat. Okay, and inside that I can loading here my model. So it's coming from keras dot models dot load model, and inside that, let's giving here my chat. That's the model dot is file. Okay, you can also initialize like that. Let's say from TensorFlow dot keras dot models we can importing here the load model. Okay, like that we can using this one like that, load models. Okay, that's our model is loading. We can also initialize it here. Okay, so load model, so our model is also ready. Then what I can do, you need to also loading here about tokenizer, so we can loading it from here. Just copy this out and try to do some changes on that. Just copy this out and let's paste it here. So this is the write mode, should be the read mode, RB. And after that, what I can do is simply going to making this one. Let's call tokenizers equal pickle dot load the f. Okay. Then let's try to changing this one. So it's called the level encoders, and after that we can using here pickle dot load, and we can using the encoder file. Okay, that's our level encoder is ready, and all as well as the tokenizers. So I don't think that the chat is needed. The function is needed. Okay, we have the level encoder, we have the tokenizer, we have the data, right? Now what I can do, we're simply going to take in the input from the user. So let's say while true, so that it can taking input again and again. That's my input text. So let's taking it from the users using the input methods. So let's say enter your command. Okay, like that. Now what I can do, we're simply going to using here our model. So model.predict, predict, and inside that we can passing here our data as like the patch sequences. So we need to also import it here. This patch sequences is needed, so we need to also import it here. Let's try to import it here, and let's copy these patch sequences. And it's better we can use it here, and after that we can give it here. Okay, so what I can do, we can do the same thing as well as on that. I mean, the sequences, the tokenizers, better we can use it inside this patch sequences also. Let's use it here. So let's say tokenizers dot text to sequences, text to sequences. Okay, text to sequences, and inside that we can giving here our input text. Okay, say in the pad sequences we have the tokenizers dot text text to sequences, and we can give it here our input text, and as well as we need to give here maximum length. So max length is nothing but 20 that you actually give it here, and as well as you need to also using the truncate. I mean this trunking, just wait, this one to using it here, just wait. Okay, fine. So our pad sequence is ready. That's our padded sequences. We can copy it from here, padded sequences. After that we can pass in these padded sequences inside my model. Okay, inside my model. So then what we have the padded sequences as well as the models. So that's our result. Now from the result we need to stack in the tag. So we can using the label encoder. So that's a label encoder dot inverse transform. Which one? This label encoder dot inverse transform. And inside that, what you can do, you can passing the data just like the np.argmax, taking the argmax of the result. So let's making it the result, as well as that import it here. Let's say import numpy as np. Fine. Okay, np argmax, and we also give it the results. Now from the results, it's nothing but tag. Okay, so now we need to getting this tag, and based on the tag what we have, we need to taking the response from our intent or JSON file. So what I can do, we can using the for loop. So let's say for I in data, because it's available about data, and now from the from the intents what we have, from the intents we're going to taking that if the I of the tag, I mean this I of the tag is equal to this tag, that's when it is coming from the same greeting. Then what I can do is simply going to printing some random choices from here. Let's say np.random.choice. Okay, choice. You can also using here this random one. That's why importing it. Now from the choices, what I can do, we can taking these responses. Let's say from I, we're taking these responses. Okay, just randomly. So let's try to save it. And let's run this application. I mean, run this project. Okay, and see is there any error or not. Okay, थोड़ा वार्निंग आ सकता है यहाँ पर, क्योंकि मैं ओल्डर वर्जन पाइथन यूज़ कर रहा हूँ, इसलिए चेंज करना पड़ेगा इस पीसी को भी शायद चेंज करना पड़ेगा. ओके, जस्ट वेट, थोड़ा आ जाओ, एंटर यू कमांड, आ जाओ थोड़ा आ जाओ. या skipping resting. Okay, enter commands. Let's say hello. Oh, you can see good to see you again. Hi. Same. If I see that, and you can see good to see you again. Okay, then let's say who made you. Let's see you. I was made by Mishu Darchando. Okay, this is really working fine. Okay, so this is how it actually work. Now what I can do, we simply going to implement this same thing in our Jarvis. So what I can do, I can go on here, and then we can say that, let's say if see, this is nothing but one greeting types of things. I mean, it should be starting with the what or how or thank you or goodbye, like that. Okay, so what I can do, if it is consisting, it's better we can using this one. So let's say what in query. Okay, or other WS questions, who in query. Okay, or it's a how are you. So how in query, or let's say hi or hello in the query, hi in query, or let's try to make it down, or let's say thanks. Okay, thanks in query, or let's say who, how, high, then let's say hello in query. Okay, so then what I can do is simply going to do in this text. Yeah, you can also creating here one dictionary with the WS questions, and after that you can also calling this one. I'm just going to testing it out. Okay, we also implement, I mean we also going to changing these ones. Okay, don't worry on that. So let's start to checking these ones. I'm going to copy these ones. So this pat sequences, and after that I'm going to go on here and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so that's my pat sequences. Which one is coming from here? Equal q by यहाँ पर. Okay, let's check this out again. Yeah, it's result. Okay, result. So let's try to taking this one's result, and this is the tag, and this is the for, and this is the if, this is the print. Okay, so don't worry, we need to also importing, I mean using all of the things from here. So let's try to copy this out, and I'm going to pass it here, I mean at the beginning of the code. Okay, so what you have, we have the JSONs. NumPy is already imported or not imported. Okay, that's it code. Now all the errors should be gone. Okay, just having a print instrument. Okay, that's it. Okay, so print equal to np.random. Is there any error? Yeah, input text should be the query. Okay, that's our query. It's coming from here. Okay, now let's try to save it out. This query means this query. Okay, no problem here. Now what I can do, I am simply going to run in this code. Let's save it out and try to run the code here. So let's running this code by clicking this button, and hopefully it will working fine. Okay, just wait. Yeah, it will loading the model as well as the things. So that's why. So instead of printing, we can using here the speak. It's better. Okay. So enter your command. So let's say what is your, let's say how are you, or let's say hi. You can say hello. It's coming from here. You can see the signs. So it's better we can using this one speak method. So let's see speak, so that it can also speak. So let's try to run the code from here again. Okay, just to wait. थोड़ा time to लेगा, इतना नहीं ज़्यादा. If you're using the LLMs or the generative AI or languages, yeah, it will really taking times because it will loading these ones. It's loading right now. So let's say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, fine, working fine. Say who are you?
Thank you.
Okay, थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया है यहाँ पर. जैसे let's taking it from here. I think I add here one things. Okay, who are you? Okay, let's say who are you? I don't know if it's working or not. Who are you?
I am Jarvis, a deep learning based virtual assistant.
Oh, it's not working because I'm using here the you. That's my mistake. Okay, so let's try to joke. Tell me a joke. Okay, it's not working. Okay, it's not working because in our data we don't adding here joke. I mean in our query. If I see this one, we have nothing on here. Query. Okay. Okay, that's really working fine. I mean our chat bar also working fine here. Okay. So now what I can do, we're simply going to, yeah, you can also change it on your intent and try to give your own data for greeting or any kind of things you can add it here. Now what I can do, we're simply going to add here another features called browsing. Okay, called browsing. I mean, let's say we're going to some browsing to some data on our Google. Let's say I say open Google. It will open the Google, and inside this Google I need to searching that what is the transformer in Pythons, or what is the transformer in deep learning. Okay, also what is the large language model in the case of the deep learning. Okay, or what is the Bayesian transformer. It's not very replace the CNNs. So we can search it. We can add here the search technique on that. Okay, so let's try to do that, this browsing technique. Well, so now let's add here the browsing technique. So let's say live just opening the browser, and after that you can search it on the Google as well. Let's say open the Google, and after that in the Google you can search anything else. So let's say open Google in query. Then what I can do, we can simply go into uh, creating here one functions, and after that we can passing here the query. So this function actually help us to open the Googles. Okay, so what I can do, you need to also define this one, this browsing. So you can copy this out, and after that let's try to initialize these ones. Okay, browsing. Okay, fine. Now this browsing is taking the command. Okay, now based on the command, what I can do is simply going to checking that if the command is consisting with the Google, then what I can do is first taking this command by our microphones. So we can say like that. First, let's say first speak, boss, what should I search on Google? Okay, then after that I'm going to taking this input from the users. So let's taking it using this command. Okay, better we can making this command should be in the query because we have the already command methods, right? So let's making this command, and inside this command what I can do, uh, let's save it inside my okay, let's save it in the S. Okay, so command, and after that what I can do, we can using here the web browsers and dot open, and after that we can using here the f string, and after that I can printing this on this as. Okay, this as. Okay, so what it can do, it will just first taking this command, it's called the open Google, and it will open in the Googles. Okay, open in the Google, and after that it will uh, after that it will actually searching for this one. What should I actually search on the Googles? Then it will searching these things in the Googles, right? Yeah, we can also open the Microsoft Edge also. So what you can do, you can using like that, let's say, or let's say Edge. Okay, it's nothing but the Microsoft Edge in query. Then you can also open this Microsoft Edge also, or you can use any kind of search engine just like the Bing. So what you can do, you can using it here. Let's say if the Edge, okay, Microsoft Edge in query. So what you can do, you can simply opening this one. Let's say it's speak opening your Microsoft, opening your Microsoft Edge. Okay, then after that I can using here a start file. Let's say where.start file. Okay, then I can giving here the path of my Microsoft Edge. Okay, you can give it here your path. Okay, and otherwise you can say no results. Okay, you can open this one, otherwise you can also use these ones. Okay, so you can giving here your path of your Microsoft Edge, where it actually located. So I am simply going to comment these lines because I don't know where the Microsoft Edge is located in my PC. If you know, you can actually using here your path. Okay, right? So let's set these ones now, and after that what I can do, I am simply going to run in these ones and try to checking that is really working fine or not. Okay, which one is it? It's called open Googles. Then after that it will get in this command, and after that it will take in the command by the microphones. Okay, let's say open Google. Okay, so let's ready. Open Google is query. Okay, it's not taking, just wait. It should be opening this command method and also convert them into lower, but why is not opening this ones? Let's try to save this and let's run this again. Okay, just wait. I hope it will working fine. Open Edge also working. You can giving here your path of your applications. They actually give it here just for the notepad or the MS Paint or the calculators. So enter a command. Let's say open Google. Okay.
Boss, what should I search on Google?
What is Python? Okay, it's a you are not connected. I think. Oh my God, I'm not connecting here. My internet connection. That's why. Okay, that's my bad. I connect it out. Let's try to again. Do again. Let's open Google.
Boss, what should I search on Google?
What is transformer in deep learning? Okay, and you can see it will opening the Googles, and you can see what is transformers in deep learning. So transformer is a deep learning architecture developed by Google and based on the multi-head attention mechanisms. Yeah, I also making this video regarding this transformer, and we also rating we actually using here on block, and in this block we actually discuss about that what is the encoder, what is the decoder, and what is the attention mechanisms. We discuss all of the things in my YouTube channel. You can also follow that. Okay, so this is how this browsing technique actually work. You can see, you can read that. You can see transformers. This is not, you're not the Tripoli. We are not from the Tripoli sites. And this is the Google Translator, Keros, Pythons. Okay. Yeah, if you need any projects regarding the LLMs or generative AIs, you can also comment below that. I also trying to doing this out, right? So let's making it exit. Okay. Yeah, it's really working fine, right? It's really working fine. Okay, browsing technique is also work. Now let's add here another technique for checking the system conditions. Most of the time in my left, I mean in my PCs, battery, I mean how many percentage of the battery should be remaining, I don't know, because I'm so lazy. So I can also tracking these ones using the system conditions, a technique for checking these ones. It's it's actually uh, applicable for me because I'm so lazy. Sometimes actually just do the coding or solving the problem for the DSM based on the dynamic programming or the graph tree, whatever else. Then I go for sleeping. So sometimes I unable to plug in my laptop PCs. Okay, so it's better I can take keep the comment from the bad system conditions that usually tell me the system condition. Then I can plug the chargers. Okay, so it's for me. Okay, let's making it system conditions. Okay, system conditions, or let's say condition of the system. Let's say query. Okay, or so let's or we can using here. Let's say condition of the system. Okay, okay, system in query like that. So what you can do, we can creating here one functions called conditions, and better we can also speak that. So let's say speak. Okay, speak करना है मुझे, क्या speak करना है भाई? Checking the system condition. Checking the system condition. Okay, so now what you can do is simply going to creating this uh, conditions, I mean this condition method. So I can copy this out, and now I am simply going to implement this on these conditions. So what I can do, we can first taking the uses, I mean uses of my CPUs. So we can use it here the PSTUL. Okay, uh, PS utils. Okay, PS utils, and using this one we can get here our CPU percentage. So let's try to import this one as well. Okay, wait, I need to also import these ones. Let's try to import it. Okay, here we can import these ones. Okay, fine. Now we're simply going to use this ones. Let's try to go on here. Yeah, here go. It's called CPU percentage, right? I mean CPU percent. Okay, and let's try to convert them into the integers. Integer, not integer, actually string. So that's nothing but my uses of my CPU. So I can speak at also. Let's say speak, and inside that I can say like that. CPU is at, I can use here the plus signs, or let's using the format display there. Okay, percentage. Okay, percentage. Fine, fine, fine. Now let's use it here as a string. Then I can passing here uses. Okay, so uses this one's speak, it will also spin. Then let's taking for the battery. which one important for me. Sometimes go for sleep in the bed. Okay, let's say you're using here ps utils dot sensor battery. Okay, so they gave me the percentage of the battery, so we can take in this percentage from battery. So let's say battery dot percent. Okay, so now let's check that. Let's say speak, we can tag like that. Boss, our system have, we can using here the percentage on that, percentage. Okay, percentage battery. Okay, battery, fine. Now that's using the Davis string. So yeah, here you go. Let's save it now and try to checking this. Is there any error? Any error? Yeah, it actually gave me some error. Import pyutils because it's not removing this one, blah blah blah. Okay, I don't need it out. Let's run it out. It's nothing but a pylons error in my BS code. I mean, not a actually error, it is nothing but the warning. But you can also removing these warnings. Ignore it. Okay, type equal to ignore. So I hope so. Yeah, now you can see warning is also gone. No module names is called the PSUtils. Okay, I think I need to installing this library. That's why this error. PSUtil or PSUtils? Which one? I think it should be the PSUtil. That's why this kind of error actually coming up here. Okay, so let's try to making it out. Call PSUtil. Where is it? Let's try to using it here. Here you go. Okay, fine. Now I hope so it will work fine. Just for S. Okay, right now I don't think that this kind of error should be happening. Okay, just to wait. Remove these ones. Yeah, now you can see no error. Yeah, you can also use this technique. So let's call type equal to ignore. You can also ignore in these ones. I mean, this kind of warning is not coming up. If you're not wanted to see these ones, you can making this one call type. It's nothing but ignore, and you can actually using these ones. Okay. So you can see it's not accessible. So I can using here this command dot, and this you can see using here the type ignore. Okay. So it will help you to ignoring this kind of errors. Okay. So let's save it now, and after that I am simply going to remove this because it's not needed. Okay, let's try to run in this shell again. Sorry for taking times because I'm human being, so mistake to mujhe bhi hota hai. Okay, so now it will loading this model file because it will loading the model file just for the greetings because you're going to using the TensorFlow here. So now let's try to checking this method system conditions. So let's try to paste it here.
Checking the system condition. CPU is at 35.5%.
Okay, you can see PSCT will have no attribute called the sensor battery. It should be sensors battery. Okay. Okay, that's why this kind of error is happening. Okay, no problem. होता है. Okay, just wait a few seconds for TensorFlow. Okay, so here you go.
Checking the system condition.
Mhm.
CPU is at 26.3%.
Mhm.
Boss, our system have 47% battery.
देखा मैं कितना ले चूँ. Okay, so what we can do, we can also add here one thing for actually keep here one thing. Just say if this person is nothing but less than, I mean greater than 75%. So yeah, you have enough charging to continue your work. Okay, you can say like that. Otherwise you can say that please plug in your charger in your laptop. So what I can do, if there's a percentage is greater or equal to, let's say 80%, so we can speak like that. Let's say you have enough time, I mean boss, we could have enough. Okay, we could have enough charging to continue our work, continue our recording. Okay, recording, क्योंकि मैं record तो करता हूँ इसमें. Otherwise, let's say if percentage, okay, is less equal to 40%, less equal to 40%, and I mean greater equal to 40%, also less equal to let's say 75%. So we can say that speak. We can say like that, boss, we should connect our system to charging point to charge our battery. Okay, then you can add, it's up to you. Let's say else speak, boss, we have very low power, please connect to charging, otherwise recording should be off. Otherwise recording should be off. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's save this out and now check this out. Okay, that's a white. Let's check in the system conditions. Okay, let's opening this ones. Yeah, we can also open our webcams using OpenCV. I don't think that is necessary.
Checking the system condition. CPU is at 26.8%.
Okay, fine.
Boss, our system have 43% battery.
Oh, lost.
Boss, we should connect our system to charging point to charge our battery.
Oh yeah, it's really working fine. Cool, that's really working very fine. So now what I can do, now, it's enough to building this kind of Jarvis. Okay, I'm not going to add in here the webcam because it's nothing but the OpenCV text, the computer visions. You can add any of them. I already built here 31 projects in my multi-bed series. You can add any of them here. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you the spoiler. Okay, I'm going to give the spoiler. The last one, which one is nothing but realistic bias. So how can actually creating these ones? How can we creating these ones? We can creating these ones using 11 labs. Using 11 labs, we can creating some realistic biases that you can see in our trailer. So now what I can do, first we're going to go on our 11 labs website, and after that we need to get in here the API key, and using this API key we can generate some realistic voices. That's just like the Jarvis that you can see the trailers. Okay, so that's the spoiler, and that's the real main things in the Jarvis. So now let's go on the web browsers and search for 11 labs. Welcome back to the 11 Labs website. And this is the website for create the most realistic space with our AI audio platform. And you can see, and using this one, you can create some realistic biases that you can see in my trailer videos, right? And you can see bias fit for all of your ideas. So just you can go on here and click on get started for free and using your Gmail to log in here. So let's click on here and log in with your Gmail. Cool. And that's our dashboard. You can see here space synthesis. And if I hover over here and you can see space biases, you can also do the sound effect, as well as you can also creating the projects in your workflow. So if I clicking on this one in my names and as well as my email, and you can see profile plus API key. So this is the API key that is needed. I'm not going to showing you, right? And using this one, we can calling this 11 labs engines in our Python programs. Okay. And also you can see here quota is remaining 9663. That's mean in these cases you can get here some free types of quota. I mean, like just like the 10,000 word you can speaking using these 11 labs. Otherwise, you need to pay it here because it's paid versions, and it will give you some realistic voices. That's why, yeah, you can use 10,000 word in uh, single month. I mean, in 1 month. So for this testing purpose, I have more than enough, so I can use this one. So what I can do, I can using this API key, and after that I'm going to show you that how can you using this 11 labs and try to speaking with your engines, right? So let's go on the VS Code again. Well, so fine. So now what I can do, first I'm going to import it here. So let's say from 11, okay, it should be 11 labs. Okay, so from the 11 labs, what I can do, first you're going to importing here the generate. So generate actually help us to generating the biases, and then you're going to use apply here. I mean, you're going to importing here the play. So play is nothing but just like that for the engines. I mean, this one's just like engine dot say like that, and we import it. Then we also need to set here our API key. So let's 11 labs, and then I'm going to importing here my set API key. And after that, inside the set API key, I am going to passing here my API key data. Okay, and also you can see here I stored this API key inside this API key. Okay, so what I can do, I need to also import it this API key data. So what I can do, I can use in here from API underscore key. I'm going to importing here this API. You can see API key data. So I'm not going to hover over here, otherwise it will show me the API key on his VS Code. Okay, so that's how API key is setting out. Okay, just you need to using here one variable name that's called the API key data. Okay, and using here on equal sign, and you can pass here your API key in a string format. Then you can using here this technique to calling your variable name in your same program. So must be, I mean, one more thing, that is make sure that your file should be in the same directory. Okay, otherwise you can't call it. I mean, otherwise you can import it, right? So what I can do now, we can using here, I mean, we can define here one engine. So let's call engines talk like that. So let's say engine talk. um okay, I mean realistic bias talk. Okay, so it will taking one query. So it will taking one query. So what I can do, you can using here, let's say audio, audio equal to generate. Okay, generate, and inside that we need to giving here something. So first argument is nothing but called text. So text is nothing but query. Which kind of text you're going to talk, right? So query. Then after that, what I can do, we need to giving here the bias. So bias is nothing but, let's giving here the female bias that you can see here in the trailers. Okay, you can also give here any kind of bias from the 11 labs. So there are so many bias that are available in the 11 labs. You can go on choosing here. Now into giving the model, which model I'm going to using here. Okay, so the model is nothing but called the 11 labs monolingual b1 version. Number one is nothing but the biases model is provided by the 11 labs. Okay, so let's say 11 11 then mono lingual. Okay, lingual version number one. That's my model. That's my model. Now what I can do, we're simply going to play it out. So let's play, and I'm going to make it like that, audio. Okay, so audio, and that's what generated, and you pass here about text in the query, and bias is nothing but the grace. Okay, it's nothing but the female bias, name of this biases which you're talking, and model is 11 monolingual version number one. Cool. So now what you can do, let's try to calling these ones, just calling this engine talk. So what I can do, I am simply going to call it here. Okay, I'm going to call it here engine talk, and after that I'm going to giving here some text. Okay, so let's give here a text. Well, so now let's give you the text. So what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to giving here the quotations and passed here one text. So this text is nothing but the Jarvis startup that you can see in the environment movies. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Jarvis, the virtual artificial intelligence, and I am here to assist you with a variety of tasks as best I can, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That you can hear in Jarvis startup, right? And as well as you can see in the trailers, right? Well, so now let's run the applications, I mean our projects. So let's clicking on here to running this program. You can also run it from the terminal. Okay, just go on here and terminal and you can type python main.py. Okay, and you can see it's loading because it is loading our TensorFlow model. I mean that you actually build it out using natural language processing. Okay, so we're using here the 11 labs. In some cases 11 labs will give you some kind of error just because of the abuses, because 11 labs is free to use and it provide you the 10,000 word. And we got some error here. We see unusual activity detected, free tire use is disabled. So if you're using this kind of real-estate biases, it's better you can using here the premium one. Okay, and in Python SDK it will give me some kind of error if you are using this 11 labs again and again. Yeah, I actually use this one again and again for making this video, so that's why my I mean my what you can say, my free tire is going to end, and the detecting this one is nothing but the unusual activity. Yeah, I salute them. And you can see free tier only work if user don't abuse it. For example, by creating multiple free accounts, if we notice that many people try to abuse it, we will need to reconsider free tier altogether. Yeah, I respect them, their company that's called 11 labs. Yeah, actually if you're using these ones with the paid version, you can actually use this one, this speak method in a realistic biases. So right now my plan is gone so that's why I can't show you this one. So let's close in these ones. Okay, and I'm going to comment those lines. I just show you that how actually 11 left actually worked for creating the realistic biases. That's nothing the spoiler. Okay, and unfortunately it's not working here. I can show you. Okay, but we can test it out. Now let's time to testing this full applications. So let's try to comment this line. Okay, let's try to making this is wish and also uncomment this one. It will taking the input from the users by using the microphone. So now it's time to testing our full applications using our command. Okay, so let's try to test it out. Let's click here. Okay, and loading, just wait. Okay, just wait. It loading this model. That's why taking time. Okay, fine.
Good morning Mishu, it's Friday and the time is 01:01 am.
Hi Jarvis.
Good to see you again.
Open Facebook.
Opening your Facebook.
Yeah, it's open the Facebook. Cool. Open Discord.
Opening your Facebook.
Open Discord.
Opening your Discord server.
Volume up.
Volume increased.
Volume down.
Volume decrease.
Volume up.
Volume increased.
Open calculator.
Opening calculator.
Close calculator. Okay, it's not. You can say that again, please. I think my internet connection should be gone. So in some cases, actually, I do it in my phone. I just stopping these ones, my internet connections from my mobile phone. So that's why it's not listening. You can say that again, please. So I am going to connect it again and try to do that. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see I connect it again. I should do it intentionally. Okay. So now it will working. I hope so. And our calculator is also opening. I'll just avoid. Close calculator.
Closing calculator.
Open Notepad.
Opening Notepad.
Close Notepad.
Closing Notepad.
Open Paint.
Opening Notepad.
Close Paint.
Closing Paint.
Open Google.
Boss, what should I search on Google?
What is Python? System condition.
Checking the system condition. CPU is at 40.1%. Boss, our system have 40% battery. Boss, we should connect our system to charging point to charge our battery.
Who are you? Who are you?
I am Jarvis, a deep learning based virtual assistant.
Who made you?
I was made by Misha Darshando.
Exit the system. Okay, that's really working fine. In some cases, to give some kind of error. I hope here is it. You can see it's a close notepad. Yeah, you can see open in notepad. It actually paint. Yeah, it is closing this calculator. I mean, this one's. Okay, so all of our applications, I mean, our feature are actually working very fine, except this calculator. I think I need to restart my PC, then it actually work. Otherwise, you can also changing this calc to the calculator and hope so it will work. That's not a big deal for that because Notepad is also working, MS Paint is also working, calculator also should be opening, right? And it opening also, right? But not closing, right? So yeah, we also do the browsings on that, and it's successfully browsing the data on the Googles. So this is how our Jarvis actually look like and how it actually work. So that's it for today now, and hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And make sure to subscribe to the channels, and don't forget to hit the bell icons. And I just have one more thing that I can show you the realistic voices using 11 Labs क्योंकि मेरा जो API का जो limitation है वो चला गया इसलिए okay sorry for that. And also this calculator. I think it is to the PC it will working fine because 2 days ago when actually making these programs, yeah, it is really working very fine. Okay, that's not a big deal. So thank you and bye bye, and see you soon in these YouTube channels. Fine.